Hello! Welcome to episode 13. I'm really getting going now. I'm hoping in this episode I'll have 3 lifts dropped, with ore coming up to the surface, running through smelters, and feeding into the network. So, let's see. Let me show you what I've done here. I went ahead and ran the auto excavator in the 3 areas where I want to add lifts. So it dug a shaft right up. I didn't have to dig the hole myself. That's great. I didn't have any more issues with the sand that I ran into in the end of last episode, so that's great news. I did look over a little bit ago. I am seeing what seems like a lot of resin, hardened resin. I should research this while I'm over here, but I'm seeing a lot of it over here. And, well, I think that it does start out bigger, but this might just be that bigger size that the hive minds start out at now, but it might also be growing, because I did notice the active hive mind, I think is that one right there. So if you want to find your active hive mind, press K, and you see this weird thing. I don't even know what to call that. It's what's inside of that hardened resin is a hive mind, which those little plants, as the game calls them, or just like weird squishy things that appear on your conveyors and eat ore. That ore is being fed to the hive mind, which makes the hive mind bigger. So I think that my squishy things, my Nox, are managing to eat a little ore before my gun kills them. I have the tier 1 gun down there right now, protecting a coal conveyor belt, and I think it's an issue. So one of the first things I want to do is get some upgraded guns. I only need 1 for down there, but I'm gonna need more as I add more conveyor belts down there. So going up to turret Mark II, which requires a turret Mark I to make, plus lithium coils and primary upgrade module, not too bad. I got that. What's the rest of my shopping list? I suppose I should do the research on those, the hardened resin I just picked up. I'm going to want to drop my lifts next. So, lifts... Cargo lifts, I should specify, not person lifts. You need a cargo lift controller, and you need 9 of these because you're building them in a flat cube.
Crafting.
I guess that is a square, right? a flat cube is a square. And then we're also going to need a basic cargo lift, which is apparently called Lifty McLiftface. I just noticed that. Is going to need to go in there. I'm going to need a lot of storage hoppers for this setup. So, like, if I could run around with just like 10 of them, that would be good. I need at least 2 pyrothermic generators. I got them. I'm going to need an ore smelter and a hat for my ore smelter. Already out of iron gears. I knew this was coming. There's going to be a big shopping list for this episode, and I'm going to need a lot of components. I've been in the game probably an hour since last episode when you saw me digging the sand out that I had managed to drop down on my auto excavator. In that time, I've just been kind of running around trying to keep everything moving along. I wanted a lot of components because I knew I was going to be making a lot of things. I just ran off without actually making what I was trying to make, didn't I? What was that? Oh no, I made it. Okay, so I got the ore smelters, I got the storage hoppers. Do I have a little storage hopper? Small? I got 1. I'm going to need a couple more. I have plenty of conveyor belts, 300. That's more than enough. Actually, good question. Does Arthur have a solar panel? He does not. I like him going a little faster than he's been going. Oh yeah, that's much nicer. It's like actually moving now. I got some guns. I'm going to need ore extractors.
Crafting.
And I'm gonna want actually
Crafting.
better drill motors. That's everything I can think of for now. I'm sure there will be more in a couple minutes. So I only grabbed the items for one cargo lift going down. I'm really only 2, 3, 4. The most worried about getting one down at first, because while I've been making a bunch of rack rails, it's not going to be enough. I know that. This seems like a good place. Oh, I'm starting to fill up my inventory. Hopefully I can get things sorted soon so that I can do my mass storage manufacturing setup, which means I don't have to hold any components in my inventory, and that's very nice. I should probably also get a storage crate and get rid of some of this junk. Lifts. Don't need to put that. Ah, here we go. Cargo lift controllers. So you want to go up so that it's 3 above ground level, which means you're putting it on the 4th block up. And then it can just hover in the air like that once you get it up there. You're going to need power. So these use a fair amount of power. I tend to just underpower them, actually, by putting 2 PTGs. So not enough. And then I want to put small storage hopper with a conveyor belt going in. And I'm actually gonna have to build this a little. Go up. No, I need it. There we go. And then this, my coal is gonna have to come in from outside. I want to grommet here. Alright, that'll run my lift. I don't have my tracks over here yet. For now, I'm gonna just go ahead and leave a space, I think. So this comes straight here. I don't want to dig this out yet. There's no real reason to. So I'll restructure this a little bit and then just stick these 2 out. So here we go. I'm gonna manually fill the coal to get it started until I come back later and build this properly. But I still want to build my storage hopper in the right spot. Right about here. Stick down a storage hopper. Fill it with coal. And I can start the power off running. So the first thing with your cargo lift controller up here is it actually needs to drop down the rack rails. Okay. Definitely a bit laggy today. I wonder what I've done to my computer lately. And then I'm going to need the rack rails on my bar. This works. I got some, I swear. There we go. I only got 594. But that might be enough for, well, almost enough. This, initially it spits out it real fast because I had a little power saved up, but now it's actually having to generate the power and going a little slower. Right now it's at 32 meters deep, so it's going to have a little while to go. Let me add more rack rails, and then I'm going to run off. There was one more thing I wanted to do because, well, it's been bugging me. I've been meaning to do this for quite a while. I upgraded my build gun. So my amazing little arm floating off the front of me there, which means it's much easier to dig through ore, which means I want to get rid of these so my lifts work all the way up. See, much easier. I can go straight through a block of ore and barely use up my battery. There we go, that one should be working. I'm just gonna grab some tin while I'm down here, or sorry, lithium while I'm down here. Honestly, that's got plenty of power. And then there was one more that had something in the way right here, right? There we go. So 2 fully working lifts. I won't have to kill myself with the grappling hook getting out anymore. And since I'm already down here, I'm going to head down to the cold cavern, where I now have a person lift, which will go all the way up to the top, so I don't have to keep dating the chain anymore. I will have to wait a minute for this to sink down. However, once it gets down here, I should be able to hop back up. So I'm going to hop off pretty quickly onto the floor where I was setting up my mines for various ores. It should be right up here. There we go. I usually miss it, and when I miss it, that is also fine, because that is... I just grappling hook to get back up there. So that was digging my 3rd lift. I'm gonna put a 4th too for lithium. However, this is not low enough for lithium, so let me go figure out where that is before I go too crazy. Actually, I shouldn't have picked up that laser, because I want to start digging a nice big area here, because I need to find more ores. I found the copper over there. I think the iron might be above. Yeah, there it is. I'm gonna have to figure out where I'm getting the tin from. And just in general, life is easier if I have a little more room. So I'm gonna replace my gun. That was something I was doing. Actually, where is the gun? 6. I'm going to put my upgraded gun in the same spot. There we go. Upgraded gun. It just does more damage. I noticed that the Mark 1 version, I got a Minoc over there, and it just, you know, shot it. It took like 3 or 4 tries to finish killing it, and in that time it was eating ore. Now I'm gonna go back upstairs, and I probably need to stick more rack rails into the cargo lift, finish dropping them down. I might want to get real fancy and add a couple more storage hoppers so I don't have to keep babysitting this. When this is done dropping down, I'm not gonna have to keep those those storage hoppers there. I'll just take them off. So let's see, right now we're at a depth of 108, so that's getting pretty close. I'm gonna need 2 more cargo lift controllers. 9 more each, I guess, so 18 more. Should also get this going. Let's see, it's got lithium, gold, titanium. Let's add some tin.
Crafting.
Uh-oh, we need more charged lithium coils. lithium. While I'm over here, I should probably add some more iron to the system. Unfortunately, I'm definitely finding that even with how laggy my minecarts are being right now with me running my video recording software, those aren't the limiting factor. The slowdown is how fast I'm putting ore into the system over here, which is not fast at all. However, I don't want to actually revamp that because as soon as I get these lifts down, I'm not really going to need to do it that way for most of these bars anymore. So that's about to be obsolete.
Crafting.
And I definitely need a lot more lithium coils. I'll run around working on that for a while. In between, we're going down and setting up my first mine. Are we there yet? We are there yet. It says blocked, rail state blocked at the bottom, which means it hit the ground. It also can count as the ground various things that you might not think of as the ground. I think it goes through torches, but there are other like types of machinery and stuff which it can get caught up on. Also, I've noticed on cargo lifts, they can be just a little buggy. They will say it's blocked, but it's not blocked. So there is a way, I'll show you once I have a lift in there, the cargo lift itself. There's a way to basically make them scan their shaft again. It uses up power, it takes a while, it's annoying, but it can fix that issue. I want to be digging right about here too. Here we go. We got our first lift coming down, so that means count over 1, and then I'm gonna want storage hoppers. For it being this far up, I'll do 4. 4 storage hoppers. It can carry 600 ore at a time, so when it gets down here, it'll take the initial 400 and then need another 200 to come into the system, and then it can go back up. There's going to be a lot of delay. So let me actually go for 500. There's going to be a lot of delay at the top as it empties out, and actually it's going to be smelting everything. So I'm going to need 10 to come over here. Copper. I probably should have set one of those over there to be the, this. So let me set this up for copper. We're going to do a lower energy one here because it's not really necessary for it to be higher. And I guess that was kind of silly of me because it was in the way. We'll put these on the side. It doesn't really matter what side you stick them on, so that's good news. I need to be digging. Upgraded drill motor. I'm gonna need a gun, I think. No, it really reaches quite a ways. The other lovely part about using the Mark II gun is the huge range. Alright, so we have copper coming out of that. You'll notice it's kind of slow. That'll be fine with this basic drill motor, but once we upgrade the drill motor, you'll actually have your storage hopper filling up because it's like your drill is faster than your storage hopper empties if you only have 1 line. So I usually add 2 lines like this. So it will take this conveyor belt and that conveyor belt will both grab an ore at about the same time, and then it merges into 1 line, and that will actually fill the line. If you don't do that, what you're actually transporting is like half capacity, and actually this looks a little like half capacity to me. That might help. Anyway, it doesn't. You can't see it now anyway because of the slower drill motor. Once I get that upgraded, I swear it's a thing though. Promise. Okay, I found more coal. Still got the iron up there. Well, let's ignore all that and go check on our lithium. So, one of the tips, you've probably seen it, but in case you haven't, you can look up when you have this person lift like this, where it can go either up or down. You can look in the direction you'd like it to go in, and it'll go in the right direction, hopefully, if you remember. This was all set up. Oh, right, I need more cargo lifts, which means I need more lithium. Coils. Oh, that was a bunch. That's good news. Nothing on me. Some lithium here. Cargo lift controller.
Crafting.
9, and I'm going for 18.
Crafting.
But I'm gonna need more lithium first. So I got 61 lithium. Let me just drop this over here. I don't know if that's enough though. And let me set up another cargo lift. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, what am I doing here?
Structure complete.
We're only doing 3 there. I love it when it tells me my structure is complete. I don't know what it is about robot voices, but they're just delightful. It's like a gold star for adults. Probably not adults. Probably I'm acting like a child. But yeah, gold star. I completed my structure. Just do the same setup where I'm going to bring in another line of coal. Gonna need a grommet for that. Yeah. And I should actually just set up the stations since these are here. Assuming I have stations. I do have stations. Good news. Fuel, set freight. Coal, increase stock, add 2 carts, and then, well, that wasn't ideal. Okay. Gonna want 6, and then a small container for coal, and feed that in. Off we go. I should probably jumpstart this by sticking some coal in there. And then I need to actually feed it some rack rails. Starting to run low on things again. Alright, off that goes. I need another controller, but for that I'm gonna need some lithium. So let me run down to that lithium mine, grab some more. I am about over running down to grab some more, so I'm really glad that this setup is gonna come together pretty quickly. Now that, as soon as ore is automated, everything starts to speed up quite a bit. And the way I'm doing it here, using the cargo lefts, using a room for dropping the ore, it takes a little while longer to get them all running than if it would have if I'd been going, you know, kind of one by one, automating them properly using whatever, so I guess conveyor belts, tubes, whatever, and doing them one by one as I reach them. So a little slower for one by one, but faster for getting everything done in the end. I won't have a big delay now between full automation on copper versus full automation on lithium. Actually, I didn't need to go over there. I needed to finish emptying out the lithium. And I probably have a little more to do with components. So, what has this got? This says lithium, gold, and tin. Let's give it some iron. And then over here, give this some iron. Give that some tin. Because I know I'm going to be needing more iron gears. Probably lightweight machine housings, probably copper wire. So I got 4. Need more charged lithium coils before I can do anything there, but I'm gonna need like a number more storage hoppers.
Crafting.
Okay, until I'm out of iron gears again. Sounds good to me. Oh, we're being attacked by wasps. Run! No, it's it's just not a big deal. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure people out there are cringing because my record is ruined, but I'm not worried about it yet. The big place where the wasps destroying your base becomes important is when you're building your, what is it called? OEM charger? It's basically a needle into the sky to shoot power to a space station. It's kind of awesome. When you're powering that up, if your base gets destroyed, that starts you over. And that is tragedy. Like, that is absolute, that's horrible. I've had a couple things where, like, I had it nearly charged, but then I ran out of coal because a coal vein got exhausted or something like that would happen. And then one side of my defenses fell and everything got through, destroyed my base, and yeah, I was set back many hours of charging. The good news is actually your threat tops out at 20,000. So once you hit about 20,000, you have, and you're successfully defending against that, you know that you're set. You don't have to do more as far as wasps go. What am I after? Oh, so I did get some lithium, right? Now I'm out of iron gears. I'm recording in the middle of the night again. I really need to stop doing this. But oh well. It's not as bad as that Benadryl. That was a bad idea. 9. Yay. And I should have everything else I need too for that. Except not quite enough rack rails, I don't think. Alright, this is probably done. Blocked.
Your base is under attack.
Good deal. And then let's do one more of these right over here. 4. One, 2, 3.
Structure complete. You have been defeated.
I have been defeated. I saw a patch message about fixing the message that was happening where it was over and over again telling you that you're defeated. And I was happy to see that it was a bug and it wasn't just my game mocking me. Alrighty. Give me some... Whoa! Orbital debris. Okay. Think over there, maybe? The orbital debris are used for research points. In conjunction with the laboratory, you can set that to research your orbital debris, and you can gain research points. Coal. Okay. Well, that's annoying. So as I start building out my base more and I go off into the side here and I start building floors above the natural floor level, it starts getting harder to get back up if I fall like that. So that's fun. At a certain point I can pick a spot and build stairs so that I'm not having to run too far, but there's always that struggle between how long to leave it, how much space I'm really gonna waste on stairs. And in the end, the answer is I need to quit falling off of things. So, however, there's no way that's gonna happen. Absolutely no way. 0. One more of these. Okay, let's actually put some coal in to start things off. It'll take a little while for them to get here. And then use up my remaining rack rails here. So, I believe over here, this was filling with copper. Let's stick in a lift. So once you have, once your rack rails are fully dropped, you just hit E with the cargo lift controller highlighted, and you drag over your basic cargo lift from your inventory, and then let it go. It's going to head down there and fill up with copper. Very thrilling. When it gets back up here, I want it to unload. And I stick my smelter over here. So add only, remove only. Maybe I don't have a smelter. Okay, well let's do a cap here and the good smelter here. 3, 2. Now this is going to need power. Can't remember how I was doing this before, but let's just stick a PTG. Oh no, wait, it was, okay. 1 here. Small storage hopper there, a PTG there, and then a battery here. I'll show this off in a moment, so it's obvious what I'm doing here. Okay. Up will come my copper ore shortly. It looks like I have 492 of 600 down there, slowly building up higher. I like to have, I only have 3 storage hoppers here, which is probably about right. You do want to have a couple, at least. You don't want to just have one. Because what happens is when the cargo lift is empty, it's going to go back downstairs, and that takes a little while. So if you had just one storage hopper downstairs, one storage hopper upstairs, you're going to not have any ore building up while your smelting is going on, and then it's going to kind of leave at the last minute right before you run out of ore. It's going to get down there, and it's going to have to wait a long time for ore to actually fill it up. So by having a bunch of storage hoppers up here, you go through iron gears like crazy, but also your lift, even when your lift is waiting at the top or bottom, your ore is building up downstairs, and your lift leaves early enough that you have plenty of ore for it to keep on smelting while it's down there. Then I have 2 conveyor lines coming out because I'm going to want these to be fast. If you only have the one conveyor line coming out and going into your smelter, it's not going to supply ore as fast as your smelter can use it. So combining 2 like this is important for getting the most throughput. We have the smelter. We have, camo bots. How do they get up here? Arg. I hope that's audible in the video, or you just think I'm crazy. But I swear there's a camel bot probably right under me. I don't see it though. That was distraction. That wasn't helpful. Okay, the ore comes in here, it gets melted, it turns into a bar. The bar is going to come out right here, go through a grommet. And I'm actually going to need to drop... I swear. Somebody needs to make a mod that just removes camo bots. You know, somebody's probably done that already. Like, I actually, appreciate how neat camo bots are, but at the same time, just because you could do it, doesn't mean you had to. Those things freak me out way too much. I did not leave myself enough room to have a hill going down, so this is a kind of space-saving way to get my bars into the storage hopper. I don't really want to dig this trench again. So that's why I do 3. Noted. My rack rail, or my freight car rails, are going to come right through here, and there's going to be a station for the copper bars to get fed into my freight car system. And that's my smelter setup. So I'm going to repeat this 3 times, once for tin, once for iron, we got for copper. That's it. I doubt anybody wants to watch me do that. Let me go see if I ever found my tin. I'm curious about that. Oh, I just left as my cargo lift arrived. I could have shown you it in person. Alrighty. I'm just, this coal setup is just making me some cargo paste. It's a good way to get rid of coal down here. I got plenty up top still. I don't really need to be dragging coal up top, so might as well destroy it to give me room. That's a nice big copper. Wow. Ping known. Oh, the tin was way down there. I might want to find the tin elsewhere. Stick one of them right there. And then dig out this iron. It's always such a puzzle deciding how I want to, because you only get so many sides on your first initial battery. I'm going to need another split somewhere. Like, maybe be right here. Do 7 there. This is not ideal. Well, I'm gonna need a gun at some point anyway. You also need a battery wherever you need a gun. I'm not gonna need one here, though. Okay. I think the easy way to do this. It's so hard to decide if things are lining up. Is the stick right there? And then stick, no, right there. Ah, that works. That's definitely gonna have a camel bot eating from it soon. And then I'm gonna put a storage hopper here. I might as well just run these over on the ceiling. Check that my gun's covering, though I really should know that it is. I already checked that. Man, if you destroyed the bases I've destroyed, you would also be paranoid. And then we can stick our iron here. 4. Ah, much better. It only took 2 shots. So a nice thing, if you didn't know, let me show you what I did there again. I looked up, so I did build 2, and it's nice in this instance because there was nothing back here. In order to build it individually, I would have had to put a grooved cement or some kind of block here and then go over and build my conveyor belt, turn it in the right direction, etc. By just going close and doing a build 2, I was able to avoid all that. Build 2 is highlight, hold down control, press left click. Alright, so we've got iron going. That's pretty thrilling. Oh hey, and we found more iron. Typically, when I'm doing this, I'll create a level like this in a fairly decent spot, and I will build outward and search outward for additional ores for a fair distance. I can also just go down or up by like 8 squares, 10 squares, and that's enough to give me access to a whole different horizontal axis of ores. So if I use up all the ore near my center, where my lifts are here, I can always just drop the lift down by another 10 and get access to more veins. But it is not that hard and not that expensive to also just keep digging out into the distance, uncovering stuff that's further out. Oh, and look! I bet this is... yeah, there's my lithium. So that is close, but I think I want to go down a little further. But here's that tin, which is actually in the way of the lift, and I've uncovered the other lift, so that'll be nice. But okay, I'm just getting distracted by how kind of neat this game gets when your silly systems start interacting. I'm going to log out, call it a day. Thanks for joining me for episode 13. Episode 14 is awash with possibilities. Probably I'm going to go ahead and finish up running my tin, maybe even my lithium, and definitely my iron lifts, get them fed into the network. And probably next time I'll run a deeper person lift and start sending up my gold, titanium, and nickel because those are so important. There's probably a little more automation for me to do too. I'll need to check what's coming up next and start finishing up my powered room. I mean, it's never truly finished, but build it out a little further and maybe actually complete the room so that it doesn't look so strange and is covered up. Soon. I don't know if it's next episode though. I'm betting episode 15 I'll be doing my mass storage manufacturer setup. So I use a mod for that and it's very nice. I don't have to carry around components. Talk to you soon.